Hey folks, Caleb Book here with another free psychic reading. It's time for Grace. How you doing, Grace? Sorry this is actually a day later than I meant it to be. I recorded one yesterday. I was half asleep. It wasn't very good. I deleted it. I just figured I better do another one. And as you can tell, I'm not exactly in my professional attire today. It's, as we say, F it Friday around here. We're just knocking off early, but I thought I'd better do this first. So, Grace's main concern was apathy. Apathy for career and socialization and life in general. It's just sort of saturating in, and she's a little concerned about it. Grace, you feel that way because you're a reasonable person. Things haven't changed for a while, and you've been kind of comfortable. So why wouldn't you be? You know? Life has been kind of quiet, mildly disappointing, but not so disappointing that you'd want to actually go and take a risk. So, things are the way they are, you know, and that's the way it is. And why wouldn't you feel that way? If you want a way out, Grace, what you're going to need to do is shift your consciousness. Now, I could refer you to motivational speakers, but I'm having a hard time swallowing that. Sorry, I don't know what's going on there. But like Tony Robbins or, one of these other guys, who, by the way, who are awesome and absolutely help people out every day. But Grace, you and I know you're not that kind of person. I mean, you might even get pumped for one day, but then it's over. Because a bunch of talking isn't going to really resolve your issues, right? So, Grace, you're going to have to do something radically different in order to shift your autonomic nervous system, your everything inside of you, the way it works automatically. I could recommend a ton of healing therapies, but really for you, Grace, the thing that would make the biggest difference is cutting, and this is going to be tough, just so you know, cutting out sugars, cutting out carbs. And Grace, I say that knowing it's crazy tough. These are addictive substances, equally as addictive as cocaine. And people, do cocaine until their nose falls off. So, I mean, I can't blame you for continuing to want to do sugar and carbs. I can't kick them. I mean, I really want to, and I can't. So it's a serious addiction. And look around North America. We're all suffering with this. They're the most available drug on the market. As addictive as cocaine, and if you don't believe me, just say, fine, I'll give up sugar and I'll give up carbs. Just start reading ingredients labels and just avoid them. See how easy you find it, because it's not easy. Emotionally, you will get overwhelmed. However, if you attack this like an addiction, read about how addiction affects the brain. Read about how addiction transforms your ability to feel pleasure or not. Because if you're really addicted to any substance, and absolutely sugars and carbs count, your body and brain lose touch with how to even feel happy anymore after a while, if that addiction has been really engaged with. So, this is something that's really going to affect you. It's going to affect your body. Because if you can give them up, I will give you a promise. And that is that apathy will evaporate. You'll find that after the first week, you're not as crabby. After the second week, you'll have fallen off the wagon a couple of times and you'll still be struggling. After the first month, you'll realize, you'll have started to catalog different moments in your life where you had more energy than you used to, where something was easier than it used to be. And, after 3 months, you'll start feeling mentally and physically like a completely different person. And apathy will be a forgotten thing, like an old memory. So this is what I'm recommending to you. I am not saying it's easy. I am recommending something very tough for you, Grace. But the difference is, I could just spout a bunch of pleasantries. I could give you a pep talk right now. I could direct you to a bunch of motivational speakers or a bunch of YouTube channels I know that really get you pumped in the morning. But that's not going to actually fix your problem. And I actually want you to have a better life. So let's do the tough thing. And the tough thing is going to be confronting this addiction with sugar and carbs. But honestly, Grace, it really is that simple, because it's nothing more complicated than that. That's the wonder of this. Life brought you to a point where why wouldn't you just be comfortable and deal with what's going on. But addiction is what's pulling your ability away to get ambitious and to just strive for something bigger and better, to take to even bother being brave about anything, which, you know, there was a time where you were pretty good at that. Grace, if you have more questions about this, get in touch. We'll figure something out together. In the meantime, if anybody else has a question or wants a free psychic reading, leave a comment, and I'll see you all next time. Have a good one.